Hi, Linda Bounty here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. It's Tuesday, so fancy fold, and today I am doing a fun kind of an accordion fold card, a little bit different than what I've ever done before. I'm using the Thoughtful Journey 6x6 Designer Series paper, and I have already cut it into some pieces. These measure 3 1/4 inches long. The first one is 1 3/4. Now I just cut them so that the seam would just match right along. This one is 3/4 of an inch. And then I have one that's 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then another one that is the same size, but it is the soft side of it, not the one with the print. And then I have 2 pieces of white that are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Next I have, again, the soft side of the paper, and these are 5 1/4 long. One is 2 and one is 4. Now, all the measurements will be over on my blog, StampingWithLinda.com. Now, I have taken the Designer Series paper and I stamped right on it. With our soft prints on the one side, that is very easy to do. So let's go ahead and get started with this card. I have a piece of Night of Navy. This measures 3 1/2 by 10 1/2, and we are going to score it at the 2-inch mark, the 3-inch mark, the 5 1/2, and then the 8-inch. Got that. We're going to set that aside. We're going to grab our card base. This measures 5 1/2 by 6 1/2, again in the Night of the Navy, and I'm going to score it along that 6 1/2 side at the 4 1/4. We've got all, oops, and I did not score that straight. Let's go ahead and put that up there and score that straight. There we go. I'm going to set our trimmer aside. I'm going to grab our bone folder. Make a nice crisp fold. Having an avalanche. My desk is a mess. Tomorrow's goal is to clean my stamp table so that I have room to work. I'm taking the 2-inch piece and I am putting that on that front flap. And then the 4 by 5 1/4 is going to go on the inside. Again, it's got the same pattern that I'm using for the front, but I'm just going to use the plain side because it's going to be hard to see with the fold that I'm going to do on top of it. Okay, next we're going to bring in this piece. Now work it back and forth. We want nice crisp folds. So again, I'm going to take that bone folder, just crease those down. I'm going to go the other way and do the same so that it folds very nicely. So we've got these pieces. I'm going to now adhere that Designer Series paper. Again, this is nice with the 6x6 that have kind of a scenery effect. You can break them apart and continue to see that design, that watercolor design. And grab our trees. Then the 2 pieces of white go. One with our greeting. And the next a plain white one so that we can write a little message. Some of my other cards I did with this pattern, I took the Designer Series paper and made a little border with a Designer Series paper on the side. And then we're going to flip this over, and this last piece of Designer Series paper is going to go on the back side. Again, all the measurements will be on my blog, stampingwithlynda.com. We've got that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over. We're going to add our adhesive on here. And this is going to go right on that front smaller flap. And eyeball it there. So that's going to go there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add adhesive on the back of our happy birthday. And that's going to fold up so like so. This is how I found the best way for the adhesive to work, is right along here. So this flap folds in here, this flap here. We're going to add some little dimensionals and put Have a Blessed Day that we stamped on our Designer Series paper. So let's make sure I put the adhesive on the right side, because I don't want too much adhesive so that it won't interfere with the opening of my card. That other partial dimensional. And then what I have done, I have taken my loose snowflakes. These are in the September through December mini. They're loose snowflakes, and I took my blends and I colored some of them with a Night of Navy Stampin' Blends. I'm going to bring in my glue. I'm going to just add a couple dots of glue. I don't want too much glue, so I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper there. And I'm just going to add the snowflakes there. I'm going to get my Take a Pick tool, and I'm going to pick up those snowflakes. Because they were white, they weren't showing up on white. So by adding my blends to the snowflakes, I've got some color to them, and I can put them on my white cardstock. And they're just the perfect little accent, especially with the winter scene. I could even add some of the white ones to the front. I think I may. Just go ahead and grab my glue and just add. Oops, that might have been a little too much glue. Let me just get a piece of paper towel and dab that glue, because I don't need that much glue for these. Again, just pick it up with my... There's different sizes. Oops, I got one stuck on my finger. Must have some glue on my finger, so let's try to put that one right up here. We can make it work. Oh, it's a tinier one. There we have it. A fun fancy fold. We could even put some of the white snowflakes here. Maybe I'll try that. Oop, that one ran away. Let's go ahead and put him back. Oh, I did put him on this side. I may add a couple more to that front. But there you have a fun fold using that 6x6 Designer Series paper that has the watercolor prints to it. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.